It's a story they tell in border country, where Massachusetts joins Vermont and New Hampshire. Yes, Daniel Webster was dead, or at least they buried him. But every time there's a thunderstorm around Marshfield, they say you can hear his rolling voice in the hollows of the sky. And they say that if you go to his grave and speak loud and clear, Daniel Webster, Daniel Webster, the ground will begin to shiver and the trees to shake. And after a while, you'll hear a deep voice saying, "Neighbor, how stands the Union?" Then, you better answer, "The Union stands as she stood, rock bottom and cother sheathed, one and indivisible," or he's liable to rear right out of the ground. When Daniel was in his prime, the biggest case he ever argued never got written down in the books, for he argued it against the devil, nip and tuck, and no holds barred. And this is the way I hear it tell. The story starts at a mighty fine wedding party, that of Jabez and Mary Stone.
Right, nice wedding.
Handsome couple.
Oysters for supper.
And layer cake. Layer cake.
Makes me feel young again, oh by jingo.
Henry, you stay away from that cider.
Where's the state senator?
Where's the lucky bride?
Here
Here
you
they
come
come
now.
Handsome couple.
She's pretty as a picture.
Cut your pigeon wing, Jabez.
Young again, that's the way I feel.
Henry, be careful of your rheumatism.
Makes me all teary seeing them so happy.
Wonder where he got all the money to throw this wedding. Stone's was always poor.
Ain't poor now. Makes you wonder just a mite.
Don't begrudge it to him, but I do wonder where he got it.
Well, let me tell you something.
Henry, don't you start to gossip.
Sit to your partner, scratch for corn. Gossip's got a mean tooth.
Gossip's got a mean tooth.
She's a lucky woman. They're a lucky pair.
That's true as gospel. But I wonder where he got it.
Money, land, and riches.
Just came out of nowhere.
Wonder where he got it all, but that's his business.
Who? Ain't danced like this since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Play us the point and fancy, fiddler.
No, wait a minute, neighbor. Let's hear from the happy pair. Hey, Jabez.
Let's hear from the state senator.
Might as well. It's the last time you'll have the last word.
Now, Henry Banks, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Told you so, Jabez.
Speech, Jabez.
Speech.
Neighbors. Friends. I'm not much of a speaker, in spite of you electing me to the state senate.
You're doing
That's
I
the
fine.
voted
ticket,
for ya.
Jabez.
But we're certainly glad to have you here. Me and Mary. And we want to thank you for coming. And
Vote for the wig ticket.
Hurrah for Daniel Webster.
I'm glad High Foster said that, but those are my sentiments too. Mr. Webster has promised to honor us with his presence here tonight.
Hurrah for Daniel.
Hurrah for the greatest man in the U.S.
And I know when he comes, we'll give him a real New Hampshire welcome.
Sure we will.
Webster forever. To hell with Henry Clay.
And meanwhile, well, there's Mary and me. And if you folks don't have a good time, well, we won't feel right about getting married at all. Besides, I know I've been lucky, and I hope she feels that way too. And well, we're gonna be happy or bust a trace.
Come and get the cider, folks.
Mary.
Mr. Stone,
Mary.
my husband.
That's a big word, husband.
It's a good word.
Are you happy, Mary?
Yes, so happy I'm afraid.
Afraid?
I suppose it happens to every girl, just for a minute. It's like spring turning into summer. You want it to be summer, but the spring was sweet. I'm sorry, forgive me. It just came and went like something cold, as if we'd been too lucky.
We can't be too lucky, Mary. Not you and me.
If you say so, Jabez, but you don't even know what sort of housekeeper I am. And Aunt Hepsy says...
Bother your Aunt Hepsy. There's just you and me in the world, and that's all that matters.
And you don't know something else.
What's that?
How proud I am of you. Ever since I was a little girl. Ever since you carried my books.
A man can't always be proud of everything, Mary. There's some things a man does, or might do, when he has to make his way.
I know, terrible things, like being the best farmer in the county and the best state senator.
And a few things besides. But you remember one thing, Mary. Whatever happens, it was all for you. And nothing's gonna happen, because he hasn't come yet. And he would have come if it was wrong.
But it's wonderful to have Mr. Webster come to us.
I wasn't thinking about Mr. Webster. Mary, I've got something to tell you. I should have told you before, but I couldn't seem to bear it. Only now that everything's all right, I can. 10 years ago...
Daniel! It's Daniel Webster!
Please come, Daniel Webster's here.
3 cheers for Daniel Webster. Hip, hip.
Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Neighbors, old friends, it does me good to hear you. But don't cheer for me. I'm not running for president this summer. I'm here on a better errand, to pay my respects to a most charming bride and her very fortunate spouse.
Tarnation, busted a string.
Fiddler's always busting strings.
We're proud of State Senator Stone in these parts. We all know what he's done. 10 years ago, he started out with a patch of land that was mostly rocks and mortgages, and now, well, you've only got to look around you. I don't know that I've ever seen a likelier farm. Not ever at Marshfield. And I hope, before I die, I'll have the privilege of shaking his hand as governor of this state. I don't know how he's done it. I couldn't have done it myself. But I know this. Jabez Stone wears no man's collar. And what's more, if I know Jabez, he never will. But I didn't come here to talk politics. I came to kiss the bride. Congratulations, Stone. You're a lucky man. And now, if our friend in the corner will give us a tune on the fiddle...
Remember me, Mr. Webster. I saw you up at the State House at Concord. Glad to see you, Mr. Webster. I voted for you 10 times.
I said, if our friend in the corner will give us a tune...
Slipping into the crowd is a man with the appearance of a shabbily dressed attorney. He's wearing black gloves and carries a large black tin box under one arm. He taps the fiddler on the shoulder.
Maybe you need some rosin on your bow, fiddler?
Maybe I do and maybe I don't. But who are you? I don't remember seeing you before.
Oh, I'm just a friend. A humble friend of the bridegroom's. I'm afraid I came in the wrong way, Mr. Stone. You've improved the place so much since I last saw it that I hardly knew the front door. But I assure you, I came as fast as I could.
It doesn't matter. Mary, Mr. Webster, this is a friend of mine from Boston. A legal friend. I didn't expect him today, but...
Oh, my dear Mr. Stone, an occasion like this, I wouldn't miss it for the world. Charmed, Mrs. Stone. Delighted, Mr. Webster. But don't let me break up the merriment of the party.
Boston lawyer, eh?
You might call me that.
And what have you got in that big tin box of yours? Wallpaper?
Oh, curiosities for the most part. I'm a collector, too.
Don't hold with Boston curiosities myself. And you know about fiddling, too, do you? Know all about it?
Well...
Don't shrug your shoulders at me, telling me I need rosin. Fiddler, please! Sorry, Mary, Mrs. Stone. But I've been playing the fiddle at Cross Corners Wedding for 25 years, and now here comes a stranger from Boston and tells me I need more rosin.
But, my good friend...
Rosin indeed. Here, play it yourself then and see what you can make of it.
But really, I shouldn't. Should I? Shall I, Mr. Senator?
Jabez, are you ill?
No. I feel all right. But it's hot.
Don't you fret, Mrs. Stone. I've got the right medicine for him in my carriage.
No. Mary, Mr. Webster, let him play. Just let him play. Don't you see he's bound to? Don't you see there's nothing we can do?
I told you. The devil's in that fiddle.
I'm afraid it needs special tuning. There, that's better. And now for this happy, very happy occasion. In tribute to the bride and groom, I'll sing something appropriate. A song of young love.
Oh, Jabez, Mr. Webster, stop him! Those horrible black gloves!
Young William was a thriving boy. Listen to my doleful tale. Young Mary Clark was all his joy. listen to my doleful tale. He swore he'd love her all his life. She swore she'd be his loving wife. But William found a gambler's den and drank with livery stable men. He played the cards, he played the dice, he would not listen to advice. And when in church he tried to pray, the devil took his words away. The devil got him by the toe, and so, alas, he had to go. Young Mary Clark, young Mary Clark, I now must go into the dark. Young Mary lay upon her bed, alas, my William is dead.
Stop! Stop, you miserable wretch! Can't you see you were frightening Mrs. Stone? Now give me that fiddle! And now, sir, out of this house!
You're a bold man, Mr. Webster. Too bold for your own good, perhaps. And anyhow, it wasn't my fiddle. It belongs to the fiddler over there, who seems to be tampering with my collection box. Idiot! What are you doing with my collection box?
Boston lawyer, eh? Well, I don't think so. I think you've got something in that box of yours that you're afraid to show. And by jingo. Why, tain't nothing but a moth.
A white moth. A flying thing.
A common moth, Talia polyphemus.
A
moth.
Just a moth. A moth.
But it ain't. It ain't no common moth. I seen it, and it's got a death's head on it.
Help me, neighbors, help me!
What's that? It sounds like a lost soul.
A lost soul.
A lost soul, lost in darkness, in the darkness.
Help me, neighbors!
It sounded like Miser Stevens.
Miser Stevens?
The miser, Miser Stevens, a lost soul, lost.
It sounded like Miser Stevens, and you had him in your box. But it can't be. He ain't dead.
He ain't dead. I tell you he ain't dead. He was just as spry and mean as a woodchuck on Tuesday.
Miser Stevens, soul of Miser Stevens, but he ain't dead.
Listen.
The bell. The church bell. The bell that rang at my wedding.
The church bell, the passing bell.
The funeral bell.
The bell, the passing bell. Miser Stevens, dead.
Help me, neighbors, help me! I sold my soul to the devil, but I'm not the first or the last. Help me, help Jabez Stone!
Ah, would you?
Lost, lost forever, lost, like Jabez Stone. Oh!
Now, back into my collecting box.
Jabez Stone, Jabez Stone, answer us,
Answer us.
Tell them, dear, answer them. You are good, you are brave, you are innocent.
Jabez Stone, Jabez Stone. Where did you get your money, Jabez Stone?
Hi.
Jabez Stone, Jabez Stone. What was the price you paid for it, Jabez Stone?
Help me, neighbors, help me!
He sold his soul to the devil.
He sold his soul to the devil himself. The devil's playing the fiddle. The devil's come for his own.
But neighbors, I didn't know. I didn't mean... Oh, help me!
He sold his soul to the devil.
To the devil.
He sold his soul to the devil. There's no help left for him. Run and hide before we're caught too. Run, hide!
My dear.
It's all true, Mary. All true. Now you must hurry.
Hurry.
Hurry after them. Back to the village. Back to your folks. Mr. Webster will take you. You'll be safe with Mr. Webster. You see, it's all true, and he'll be back in a minute. The other one. I've got until 12 o'clock. That's the contract. But there isn't much time.
Are you telling me to run away from you, Mr. Stone?
You don't understand, Mary. It's all true.
We made some promises to each other. Maybe you've forgotten them, but I haven't. I said it's for better or worse. It's for better or worse, I said, in sickness or in health. Well, that covers the ground, Mr. Stone.
But Mary, you must. I implore you.
For thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. That was in the book of Ruth. I always liked the name Ruth. I always liked the thought of her. I always thought I'll call a child Ruth sometime. I guess that was just a girl's notion. But oh, Jabez, why?
Started years ago, Mary. I guess I was a youngster then. Guess I must have been. A youngster with a lot of ambitions and no way in the world to get there. I wanted city clothes and a big white house. I wanted to be state senator and have people look up to me. But all I got on the farm was a crop of stones. You could work all day and night, but that was all you got.
It was pretty, that hill farm, Jabez. You could look all the way across the valley.
Pretty? It was fever and ague. It was stones and blight. If I had a horse, he got colic. If I planted a garden truck, the woodchucks ate it. I'd lie awake nights and try to figure out a way to get somewhere. But there wasn't any way. And I couldn't ask you to marry me and take on a place like that.
Do you think that would have made a difference? I'd have kept house, stroked the cat, and fed the chickens, and seen you wipe your feet in the mat. I wouldn't have asked for more. Oh, Jabez, why didn't you tell me?
It happened before I could. Just an average day, you know? Just an average day. There was a mean east wind and a mean small rain. Well, I was plowing, and the shale broke clean off on a rock where there hadn't been any rock the day before. I didn't have any money for a new one. I didn't have money to get it mended. So I said it, and I said it loud. I'd sell my soul for about 2 cents, I said. Well, that's all there is to it, I guess. Then he came along that afternoon, that fellow from Boston, and the dog looked at him and ran away. Well, I had to make it more than 2 cents, but he was agreeable to that. So I pricked my thumb with a pin and signed the paper. It felt hot when you touched it, that paper. I keep remembering that. It's all come true, and he's kept his part of the bargain. I got the riches, and I've married you. And oh, God almighty, what shall I do?
Let us run away. Let us creep and hide.
You can't run away from the devil. I've seen his horses. Misa Stevens tried to run away. Now he's a moth.
Then let us pray to the God of mercy to redeem us.
I can't pray, Mary. The word just burned in my heart.
I won't let you go. I won't. There must be someone who could help us. I'll get the judge and the squire.
Who'll take a case against Old Scratch? Who'll face the devil himself and do him brown? There isn't a lawyer in the world who dare do that.
Good evening, neighbors. Did I overhear you saying something about lawyers?
Mr. Webster!
Daniel Webster. But I thought...
You'll excuse me for leaving you for a moment. I was just taking a stroll on the porch in the cool of the evening. Fine summer evening, too.
Well, it might be, I guess. But that kind of depends on the circumstances.
Yes. I happened to overhear quite a bit of your conversation. I gather you're in trouble, Neighbor Stone.
Sore trouble.
Sort of a law case, I understand?
You might call it that, Mr. Webster. Kind of a mortgage case, in a way.
Oh, Jabez.
Mortgage case. Well, I don't generally plead now, except for the Supreme Court, but this case of yours presents some unusual features, and I never deserted a neighbor in trouble yet. So, if I can be of any assistance...
Oh, Mr. Webster, can you help him?
It's a terrible lot to ask you. But, well, you see, there's Mary. And if you could see your way to it...
I will.
Oh, Mr. Webster.
There, Mrs. Stone. After all, if 2 New Hampshire men aren't a match for the devil, we might as well give up. When is he coming, Jabez?
12 o'clock. The time's getting late.
Then I'd better refresh my memory. The mortgage was for a definite term of years?
10 years.
And it falls due?
Tonight. Oh, I don't see how I came to be such a fool.
No use crying over spilt milk, Stone. We've got to get you out of it now. But tell me one thing. Did you sign this precious document of your own free will?
Yes, it was my own free will. I can't deny that.
That's a trifle unfortunate, but we'll see.
Oh, Mr. Webster, can you save Jabez?
I shall do my best. That's all you can ever say until you see what the jury looks like.
But even you, Mr. Webster. Oh, I know you're Secretary of State. I know you're a great man. I know you've done wonderful things. But it's different. Fighting the devil.
I fought John C. Calhoun, and I fought Henry Clay. And by the great shade of Andrew Jackson, I'd fight 10,000 devils to save a New Hampshire man.
You hear, Mary?
Yes, and I trust Mr. Webster, but there must be some way I can help.
There is one, Mrs. Stone, and a hard one. As Mr. Stone's counsel, I must formally request your withdrawal.
No!
Think for a minute. You cannot help Mr. Stone. Since you are his wife, your testimony would be prejudiced. And frankly, in a few moments, there's going to be no place for a lady.
But I can't. I can't leave Jabez.
You must go, Mary. You must.
Trust me, Mrs. Stone.
Very well. As Ruth said unto Naomi, so do I cleave unto thee. The Lord watch between thee and me when we are absent, one from the other.
Thank you, Mr. Webster. She ought to go, but I couldn't have made her do it.
I wouldn't be surprised if she still got her ear to the keyhole. But she's best out of this night's business. How long have we got to wait?
Not long. Not long at all.
I always get a nervous feeling waiting for a case to begin. I remember my first case.
Mr. Webster, for God's sake, harness your horses and get away from this place as fast as you can.
You brought me a long way, neighbor, just to tell me you don't like my company.
I've brought you the devil's own way. I can see it all now. He's after both of us, him and his black collecting box. Well, he can have me if he likes. I don't say I relish it, but I made the bargain. But you're the whole United States. He can't get you, Mr. Webster. He mustn't.
I'm obliged to you, neighbor Stone, but...
I think your mantel clock was a trifle slow, neighbor Stone. Mr. Webster, this is a pleasure.
Attorney of record for Jabez Stone. Might I ask your name?
I've gone by a good many. Perhaps Scratch will do for the evening. I'm often called that in these regions. And now I call upon you, as a law-abiding citizen, to assist me in taking possession of my property.
Not so fast, Scratch. Produce your evidence, if you have it.
I shall consult my black box. Let's see. Slattery, Stanley. Stone. There, Mr. Webster. All open and above board and in due and legal form. Our firm has its reputation to consider. We deal only in the one way.
This appears, I say it appears, to be properly drawn. But, of course, we can test the signature.
Stone, is that your signature?
You know it is.
Keep quiet, Stone, but that is a minor matter. This precious document isn't worth the paper it's written on. The law permits no traffic in human flesh.
Oh, my dear Mr. Webster. Courts in every state in the Union have held that human flesh is property and recoverable. Read your Fugitive Slave Act, or shall I cite Brander versus McRae?
But in the case of the state of Maryland versus...
That was overruled, you know, sir. North Carolina versus Jenkins and Son.
You seem to have an excellent acquaintance with the law, sir.
Sir, that is no fault of mine. Where I come from, we have always gotten the pick of the bar.
Well, come on, sir. There's no need to make hay notes of a trifling matter when we're both sensible men. Surely we can settle our little difficulty out of court. My client is quite prepared to offer a compromise.
I think not.
A very substantial compromise.
No.
Hang it, man. We offer $20,000, $30,000. Name your figure. I'll raise it if I have to mortgage Marshfield.
Quite useless, Mr. Webster. There is only one thing I want from you. The execution of my contract.
But this is absurd. Mr. Stone is now a state senator. The property has greatly increased in value.
The principle of caveat emptor still holds, Mr. Webster. And now, if you have no further arguments to adduce, I'm rather pressed for time.
Pressed or not, you shall not have this man. Mr. Stone is an American citizen, and no American citizen may be forced into the service of a foreign prince. We fought England for that, and we'll fight for it again.
Foreign? And who calls me a foreigner?
Well, I never heard yet of the devil claiming American citizenship.
And who with a better right? When the first wrong was done to the first Indian, I was there. When the first slaver put out for the Congo, I stood on her deck. Am I not in your books and stories and beliefs from the first settlements on? 'Tis true the North claims me for a Southerner and the South for a Northerner, but I am neither. I am merely an honest American, like yourself, and of the best descent. For, to tell the truth, Mr. Webster, though I don't like to boast of it, my name is older in the country than yours.
Aha! Then I stand for the Constitution. I demand a trial for my client.
The case is hardly one for an ordinary jury, and indeed the lateness of the hour...
Let it be any court you choose, just so it is an American judge and an American jury. Let it be the quick or the dead. I'll abide the issue.
The quick or the dead? You have said it. Now appear! I summon the jury, Mr. Webster demands, from churchyard mold and gallows grave, brimstone pit and burning gulf, I summon them. Dastard, liar, scoundrel, knave, I summon them. Appear! There's Simon Gertie.
Simon Gertie.
Simon Gertie, the renegade, the haunter of the forest glade, who joined with Indian and wolf to hunt the pioneer. The stains upon his hunting shirt are not the blood of the deer. There's Walter Butler.
Walter Butler.
Walter Butler, the loyalist, who carried a firebrand in his fist of massacre and shame.
King Philip.
His eyes wild and bright, they slew him in the great swamp fight, but still with terror and affright, the land recalls his name.
Blackbeard Teach.
The pirate fell.
Smeet the Strangler.
Hot from hell,
Gale.
who broke men on the wheel.
Morton.
Of the tarnished steel, I summon them from their tormented flame. Quick or dead, broken heart and bitter head, true Americans, each one, traitor and disloyal son, cankered earth and twisted tree, outcasts of eternity, 12 great sinners, tried and true, for the work they are to do. I summon them, appear, appear, appear!
A jury of the dead.
Of the dead.
A jury of the damned.
Of the damned.
Are you content with the jury, Mr. Webster?
Quite content. Though I miss General Arnold from the company.
Benedict Arnold is engaged on other business. You asked for a justice, I believe. Justice Hawthorne is a jurist of experience. He presided at the Salem witch trials. There were others who repented of the business later, but not he. Not he.
Repent of such notable wonders and undertakings. Nay, hang them all. Hang them all.
Oyez, oyez, oyez. All ye who have business with this honorable court of special session this night, step forward.
Call the first case.
The world, the flesh, and the devil versus Jabez Stone.
Who appears for the plaintiff?
I, Your Honor.
And the defendant?
I, Daniel Webster.
The case. He'll have little luck with this case.
The case will proceed.
Your Honor, I move to dismiss this case on the grounds of improper jurisdiction.
Motion denied.
Motion denied.
On the grounds of insufficient evidence.
Motion denied.
Motion denied. Denied. Motion denied.
I would take an exception.
There are no exceptions in this court.
No exceptions in this court. It's a bad case, Daniel Webster. A losing case.
Your Honor.
The prosecution will proceed.
Your Honor, members of the jury, this is a plain, straightforward case. It need not detain us long.
Detain us long. It will not detain us long.
It concerns one thing alone, the transference, barter, and sale of a certain piece of property, to wit, his soul, by Jabez Stone, farmer of Cross Corners, New Hampshire. That transference, barter, or sale is attested by a deed. I offer that deed in evidence and mark it Exhibit A.
I object.
Objection denied. Mark it Exhibit A.
Exhibit A. Mark it Exhibit A.
Show the deed to the jury.
We know the deed. We know the deed. It burns in our fingers. We do not have to see the deed. It's a losing case.
It offers incontestable truth of the prosecution's claim. I shall now call Jabez Stone to the witness stand.
Jabez Stone to the witness stand. He's a fine fat fellow, Jabez Stone. He'll fry like batter cake once we get him where we want him. Jabez Stone to the witness stand.
Your Honor, I move that this jury be discharged for flagrant and open bias.
Motion denied.
Exception.
Exception denied.
His motion's always denied. Lawyer Webster thinks he's smart and clever. Motion denied.
Your Honor.
Jabez Stone to the witness stand.
Jabez Stone. Jabez Stone.
Do you solemnly swear? Testify, so help you. And it's no good, for we don't care what you testify.
I do.
What's your name?
Jabez Stone.
Occupation?
Farmer.
Residence?
Cross Corners, New Hampshire.
The farmer. He'll farm in hell. We'll see what he farms in hell.
Now, Jabez Stone, answer me. You'd better, you know. You haven't got a chance, and there'll be a cooler place by the fire for you.
I protest. This is intimidation. This mocks all justice.
The protest is irrelevant, incompetent, and immaterial. We have our own justice. The protest is denied.
Irrelevant, incompetent, immaterial, protest denied.
Did you or did you not sign this document?
Oh, I signed it. You know I signed it. And if I have to go to hell for it, I'll go.
One of us now. We'll save a place by the fire for you, Jabez Stone.
The prosecution arrests.
Remove the prisoner.
But I wish to cross-examine. I wish to
There will
prove.
be no cross-examination. We have our own justice. You may speak if you like, Lawyer Webster, but be brief.
Be brief, very brief. They say he's a smart man, but he's lost his case tonight. Irrelevant, incompetent, immaterial. Be very brief. We have our own justice here.
And we hear, softly, the voice of Mary.
Set me as a seal upon the heart, as a seal upon thine arm, for love is as strong as death.
A seal, a burning seal.
Love is strong.
Death is stronger than love. Set the seal upon Daniel Webster, the burning seal of the lost. Make him one of us, one of the damned, one with Jabez Stone.
Be still! I was going to thunder and roar. I was going to denounce and defy. I shall not do that. You have judged this man already with your abominable justice. See that you defend it, for I shall not speak of this man. You are demons now, but once you were men. I shall speak to every one of you. Of common things I speak, of small things in common, the freshness of morning to the young, the taste of food to the hungry, the day's toil, the rest by the fire, the quiet sleep. These are good things, but without freedom they sicken. Without freedom they are nothing. Freedom is the bread in the morning and the risen sun. It was for freedom we came in the boats and the ships. It was for freedom we came. It has been a long journey, a hard one, a bitter one. But out of the wrong and the right, the sufferings and the starvations, there is a new thing, a free thing. The traitors in their treachery, the wise in their wisdom, the valiant in their courage, all have played a part. It may not be denied in hell, nor shall hell prevail against it. Have you forgotten this? Have you forgotten the forest?
The forest, the rustle of the forest, the free forest.
King Philip, have you forgotten your lost nation?
My lost nation, my fire in my woods, my brethren.
And Blackbeard Teach, have you forgotten the sea in the way of ships?
The sea, the swift sailing ships, the blue sea.
Forgotten, remembered, forgotten yet remembered.
You were men once. Have you forgotten?
We were men once. We had not thought of it or remembered, but we were men.
Now here is this man with good and evil in his heart. Do you know him? He is your brother. Will you take the law of the oppressor and bind him down? It is not for him that I speak. It is for all of you. There is sadness in being a man, but it is a proud thing too. There is failure and despair on the journey, the endless journey of mankind. We are tricked and trapped. We stumble into the pit, but out of the pit we rise again. No demon that was ever foiled can know the inwardness of that. Only men, bewildered men. They have broken freedom with their hands and cast her out from the nations. Yet shall she live while man lives. She shall live in the blood and the heart. She shall live in the earth of the country. She shall not be broken. When the whips of the oppressors are broken and their names forgotten and destroyed, I see you, mighty, shining, liberty, liberty. I see free men walking and talking under a free star. God save the United States and the men who made her free. The defense rests.
We were men. We were free. We have not forgotten. Our children shall follow and be free.
The jury will retire to consider its verdict.
There is no need. The jury has heard, Mr. Webster. We find for the defendant, Jabez Stone, not guilty.
But, Your Honor!
It is morning. Jabez and Mary are together, while Mr. Scratch scrambles to gather up his papers to make a hasty departure.
It's morning, Mary. They've all gone away.
And here's Mr. Webster.
Just a minute, Scratch. I'll have that paper you're holding, if you please.
Come, Mr. Webster. This sort of thing is, ridiculous. If you're worried about the costs of the case, naturally I'd be glad to pay.
And so you shall. First of all, you'll promise in covenant never to bother Jabez Stone or any other New Hampshire man from now till doomsday. Any help we want to raise in this state, we can raise ourselves, without any help from you.
Ow! Well, they never did run very big to the barrel, but I agree.
See, you keep to the bargain. And then, well, I've got a ram named Goliath. He can butt through an iron door. I'd like to turn you loose in the field and see what he could do to you.
Mr. Webster, please.
But that'd be hard on the ram. So we'll just call in the neighbors and give you a shivaree. Neighbors, come in and see what a long-barreled, slab-sided, lantern-jawed, fortune-telling note shaver I've got by the scruff of the neck. Bring on your kettles and pans.
We'll drive him out of New Hampshire.
We'll drive old Scratch away.
We'll drive him out of New Hampshire. We'll drive old Scratch away. Forever and a day, my friends. Forever and a day.
3 cheers for Daniel Webster.
Hurrah for Daniel Webster. He's licked the devil.
And to the happy couple, whom God hath joined, let no man put asunder. Well, that job's done. I hope there's pie for breakfast, Neighbor Stone.
They say that whenever the devil comes near Marshfield, he gives it a wide berth. And he hasn't been seen in the state of New Hampshire from that day to this. Not so sure about Massachusetts or Vermont. Good night now.